Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into something maybe overlooked, but really critical for model building, the microfiber cloth.
That's right. It sounds simple, maybe, but it's not just any old rag we're talking about.
Exactly. This is about the material science needed for, that perfect finish, especially on sensitive stuff like clear Tamiya bodies.
It really is, honestly, your cloth choice. That can be the make or break between a show-worthy model and, well, a bit of a disappointment.
Right. It impacts the finish, but also, the longevity of components too. Preventative maintenance almost.
Couldn't have said it better. That choice matters right from the start.
Okay, so let's unpack the science a bit. What actually is microfiber? It's usually polyester and polyamide.
Yeah, typically. Polyester gives it structure, the backbone. Polyamide, that's nylon usually, adds the absorbency and that soft feel.
But the blend itself isn't the whole story, is it? What's the microscopic magic?
The real key is how they're processed. The fibers are incredibly thin, like way thinner than a human hair, maybe up to 100 times thinner. And crucially, they're split during manufacturing. Chemically, physically split.
Split. Okay, what does that do?
Well, that splitting creates this huge network of tiny, tiny fissures and hooks on each fiber, millions of them. So instead of just pushing dirt around, the cloth actively lifts and traps grease, dirt, dust right into those little hooks.
Ah, okay. And that's the big difference compared to, say, an old cotton t-shirt.
Exactly. Cotton fibers are smooth, relatively speaking. They just kind of smear the abrasive stuff across the surface.
Which leads to those micro scratches, the swirl marks you see on paint.
Precisely.
Yeah.
But for modelers, especially RC guys prepping bodies, there's another killer problem with cotton.
Lint.
Lint, absolutely. You wipe down that clear polycarbonate body before painting, and cotton leaves behind tiny fibers. And guess what? They get trapped under the paint permanently. Visible flaws you just can't fix.
Ugh, yeah, okay. So microfiber avoids that. Clean surface, no lint.
A pristine canvas. That's what you need.
Got it. So we know why microfiber works. But, you walk into a store, there are tons of different microfiber cloths. How do you pick the right one? I guess we need to talk specs. Like GSM, grams per square meter.
Right, GSM is a big one. It basically tells you the density, the plushness of the cloth. Think of it in tiers. Low GSM, maybe 200 to 350. That's thinner, less absorbent. Good for, say, cleaning electronics, maybe clear windows where you want a smooth glide.
Okay. And higher GSM.
High GSM, like 500 or even more. That's your premium stuff. Ultra soft, super absorbent. You reserve those for the really delicate jobs. Final buffing after a wax, or drying paint without applying any real pressure, maximum safety.
Makes sense. What about the weave? Does that matter too?
Oh, absolutely. The weave pattern changes how the cloth works. For drying, especially bodies or clear parts, you want what's called a waffle weave.
Waffle, like breakfast.
Oh, yeah, looks a bit like it. Those little pockets, that texture, it dramatically increases the surface area, so it just sucks up water super efficiently. Streak-free finish.
Okay, waffle for drying. What about, like, applying a quick detailer spray or buffing?
For that, you want plush or long pile. The longer, denser fibers are safer on paint. They pull any tiny abrasive particles away from the surface, deep into the cloth, minimizing scratch risk during that final wipe.
Right, pulling it in rather than rubbing it on.
You got it.
Okay, let's talk specific jobs. The number one absolutely critical use has to be pre-paint body prep, right? Especially inside those Lexan shells.
Mandatory, no question. New Lexan bodies, they always have invisible stuff on them from the factory. Mold release agents, maybe finger oils from handling.
And you have to get that off before painting.
You have to. Use a mild cleaner, sure, but you need a cloth that lifts everything off and leaves absolutely nothing behind. No lint, no residue, any contamination left inside that shell. That's what causes paint defects like fish eyes, where the paint just refuses to stick properly. Microfiber is the only reliable way.
Okay, critical for prep. Here's a tip I picked up: color coding, like the pro car detailers do.
Smart, very smart. Hobbyists absolutely should do that. Keep your cloth separate. You need dirty job cloths, maybe blue ones for chassis, tires, greasy bits.
Yeah.
And totally separate clean job cloths, maybe white or yellow, strictly for paintwork, clear bodies, windows.
Because grabbing that greasy chassis cloth and wiping your freshly painted body.
Instant scratches.
Yeah.
You're just transferring grit. Cross-contamination is the enemy.
Good advice. So how do you keep these amazing cloths, well, amazing care instructions?
Super important. And simple, really. First rule: never use hot water when washing them.
Why not?
Heat can actually damage or even start to melt those ultrafine synthetic fibers. It can fuse them together, reducing their effectiveness. Warm or cold water only. But the absolute #1 cardinal sin of microfiber care.
Let me guess. Fabric softener.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Yeah. No fabric softener. Ever.
Wait, really? Not even a little. It makes things soft, right? Isn't that good?
Sounds logical, but it's disastrous for microfiber. Fabric softener works by coating fibers with, well, softening chemicals. Lubricants, essentially.
Well,
On microfiber, those chemicals clog up all those microscopic fissures and hooks we talked about earlier. They fill them in.
so it stops the cloth from being able to trap dirt.
Exactly. It completely ruins its cleaning ability. It'll just smear dirt and leave streaks everywhere. Turns your high-tech cloth into, well, less than useless.
Wow. Okay, duly noted. No heat, absolutely no fabric softener.
Stick to a dedicated microfiber detergent if you can, or just a very mild, clear liquid detergent. And air dry if possible, or tumble dry on low heat. Again, no softener sheet.
So wrapping this up then, it seems like this simple cloth is actually a pretty complex and vital tool. Proper selection, proper care. It's genuinely part of preventative maintenance for your models. Affects performance, looks, longevity.
It really is foundational to achieving and maintaining that high level of finish. And here's maybe a final thought, kind of a pro strategy. Think about a relegation system for your towels.
Relegation, like
Yeah.
in sports leagues.
Sort of. Use your brand new, absolutely pristine towels only for the most delicate tasks. Final buffing on perfect paint, maybe cleaning clear canopies, the highest level. Then, as they get used, maybe slightly less perfect, you relegate them down. They become your drying towels. Then eventually they get relegated further to cleaning wheels and tires, or the chassis.
Ah, I see. So the most delicate surfaces only ever get touched by the absolute best, newest cloths.
Exactly. It ensures you're always using the safest possible tool for the job, especially on those prized finishes you've spent hours on. A little system that pays off.
That's a great takeaway. Manage your microfiber like the precision tool it is.
You got it. It's worth a little bit of extra thought.